Hello from a slightly different angle today. We're at the corner of my bed, and today I'm going to review Dolittle. Dolittle is, I guess, a remake of Dr. Dolittle that I have never seen, but it came out a long time ago, and it starred Eddie Murphy as Dr. Dolittle. And Dr. Dolittle is like this man that can talk to animals. Basically, he's a Thornberry. Well, he's Eliza Thornberry. And in this version of Dolittle was played by Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, my good friend, love him to death. My review score, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It was a very weird movie. This is a movie that was clearly made for children by an adult trying to make jokes that would land with children, but being like a few years off. For example, at one point there's an octopus that like Dr. Dolittle goes underwater and speaks to and asks a question about something, and the octopus responds, "Snitches get stitches." It's just kind of weird, but give it a 6 out of 10 because while it wasn't great, it was entertaining. I had fun, I laughed a lot. To get into the plot, like I said, there's been other Dr. Dolittle movies before, so I feel like the plot is pretty simple, but it's a guy that can talk to animals. It's Robert Downey Jr. And this movie opened with like a cartoon animated voiceover like scene with Robert Downey Jr. and his wife. I think her name might have been Lily, and they were deeply in love, married, and they ran this like Dolittle Manor farm together. And basically it's a place that like all animals, if they're injured or need help, you take them to Dolittle Farm, and Dr. Dolittle and his wife like fix them up and make them all happy, and they speak to animals and woo. But one day his wife was headed out on this journey to this land far away that like had this mythical healing berry fruit juice thing, and she got in a terrible boating accident and died. And after she died, Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Dolittle went all like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and just like completely shut down all operations of Dolittle Manor. So the opening scene then in like live action is like this little kid going hunting with his family, and he's supposed to be shooting at ducks, but he can't. He's like, oh no, I don't want to hurt them. So he tries to miss on purpose, and he hits a squirrel. His uncle and brother or whatever like, "We'll take it out of its misery, you gotta kill it." And then they walk away, and he grabs the thing and like starts walking off, and this bird's like, "Hi, follow me," and leads him to the Dolittle Manor. And then like this little girl comes too, and apparently she's like next in line to the throne to be queen, and they're both looking for Dr. Dolittle. The little boy's looking to save the squirrel, and the little girl's looking to save the queen. Definitely, you know, same level of importance here. Queen of England, squirrel. Basically, Dr. Dolittle is like living this life where it looks like a homeless man. Like he has a beard so long and thick that he can like braid it. He is not in practice. The doors are all closed. They're all like grown over. And when these two kids come in, he like hides from them. And eventually like his animals and the little girl like convince him to come out and play, and he saves the squirrel and then heads to the palace. So they all go to the palace, and the queen's like dying, and it's just so funny because he's just like in the queen's lair surrounded by all of these like important royal people, and he's just like talking to all these animals, and he's having like his dog, who is Tom Holland, like sniff and lick the queen to like determine what she smells like, to try and figure out what she ate or whatever. And like him and Tom Holland's character determined that it was this weird elderflower type thing that she ate, and the only way to save her is with the juice of this berry fruit thing that's on the island far away that his wife died trying to get to. So they decide they're gonna go search after that. The queen's still dying. The little girl stays behind. Robert Downey Jr. leaves this bug on the wall that's gonna listen in to conversations for him. This was where he talked to the squid, because he was like, "I think she was poisoned, tell me who did it." And the squid was like, stitches get stitches. So Robert Downey Jr. is gonna go take a boat to this place. The little boy wants to go with him, but Robert Downey Jr. is like, no, sends him home. But then like the parrot and this giraffe and a fox break the little boy out of his home and take him to the boat because they're like, you have to go. You're his next thing. Like, you have to go. You have to go. So, but of course, like, they get there too late and Robert Downey Jr. had already left. So they have to like go to this bridge and the little boy has to jump off this bridge and he lands on the boat and he makes it. So like, the boys on the boat practicing speaking to animals. Robert Downey Jr. is like not loving the situation. They have to go to, like, the first step in this process is they have to go to this island that is apparently where his wife was from, and everyone there hates him, and like they end up in this, he gets thrown into jail. There's a really salty bug that's mad that his girl's leaving him to marry a scorpion. There's a lot of tigers everywhere. Robert Downey Jr. ends up chained up in this room where he has to like fight at a tiger, and the tiger has like severe depression issues, and like when it's supposed to be killing him, Robert Downey Jr. ends up like holding this tiger and like talking him down from his depression and like telling him about his self-worth. And it's strange. They get out, they get to the place they're meant to go to. There's a dragon. The dragon's angry again. He starts speaking dragon, talks to the dragon because this dragon was like protecting the flower or fruit or berry or thing that they needed, so they needed to get past the fire-breathing dragon first. The fire-breathing dragon was like really angry and mean to them, but it turns out it's because she was just in incredible pain or something along those lines, I think is what you were supposed to gather. And like Robert Downey Jr. does this surgery on her and just starts pulling out like soldiers, like suits of armor and weapons. And then there was this really long like fart joke that was clearly meant to appeal to child audiences when he found a bagpipe, pulls out the bagpipe, makes the dragon happy. Dragon's happy, no longer wants to kill them. They get their flower or berry or fruit or whatever this thing was supposed to be. The little boy is happy, he's happy. They go back, but oh no, they get there, they're too late. The queen is already dead. No one wants to let them through, and the next in line is already trying to take over. It's too late. They're blocking them from getting in. And then like the kid slides through. He's a kid and he slides across the floor, and then they like, some of the animals help and they ricochet like the catching, and they get the berry to him. Robert Downey Jr. gets over, drops the berry juice, like 2 droplets on the queen's lips. The queen wakes up, and then from there, the bug that Robert Downey Jr. had left on the wall talks to him and is like, that guy over there, that's the one that poisoned her. They find the vial of poison in his pocket. He gets sent to the dungeon. The queen's alive. All is happy. Robert Downey Jr. goes back to his home. The little boy goes with him. They reopen Dolittle Manor, and they're just a big happy family, the two of them, all of the animals, and everyone lives happily ever after. Short. The movie was a 7 o'clock movie and I was out by 8:52. Like I said, it wasn't anything incredible. Some of the CGI was bad. Some of it was decent, but like, it's a kid's movie. There's an incredible list of actors though. Some of the voice actors for these animals were like, Tom Holland was the dog, like I said, so kind of cute when you think Iron Man, Spider-Man, Dr. Dolittle is #1. Selena Gomez was like a giraffe. It was interesting, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. This is a movie for kids. Pretty solid, 6 out of 10. I think it was cute. I had a good time. I laughed a lot. Yeah, go see Dolittle or don't. Really, up to you.